All right, we're still with Stephen Edwards, BoxingTalk.com, linked up with RingTalk.com. Kevin Perry here behind the camera. Much love to this guy, great trainer. Definitely somebody people could look up to in boxing, honest, and definitely just gives it real. So give us some your opinion on this Mayweather-Maidana fight that's going to happen tomorrow, MGM Grand. They're fighting a rematch. Maidana gave a pretty good account of himself the first time. So what do you think is going to happen in this rematch? Does Maidana have a chance to pull off the biggest upset since Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson?
Oh yeah, he has a chance. Any man that's motivated, that's a top class fighter that has 2 months to train for a fight, has a chance to win it. He wasn't outclassed the first time, so he has a chance. I mean, obviously Floyd's the best fighter in the world. He deserves to be the favorite. He's a Hall of Famer. But you know, I think that we're going to see another good fight. You know, the Castillo second fight was a close fight. You know, it wasn't a shutout. Floyd won that fight 7-5, I think. So I think this is.
I'm so glad that you said that, because I've seen so many articles where people are saying, well, Floyd handled him the second time around. And I mean, I thought Castillo actually did better in the second fight than he did in the first fight. So
well, I didn't think he did better, but it's just a myth. People hear somebody say something, and instead of researching it themselves, what they'll do is they'll just repeat it as the truth. You know, in the second fight with Castillo, the fight was even going into the championship rounds. Floyd boxed really good the championship rounds. He stuck a jab in Castillo's face, and he won the fight a clean 7-5. But that was a competitive fight. That style, you know, Castillo is a little different from Maidana, but they have the same mindset, you know. And Maidana's hard to train for. He's kicking you, he's elbowing you, he's punching you in the groin, he's punching you up underneath the groin, he's punching you in the kidneys, in the back of your head. He's a vicious fighter, man. It's difficult to train for, and he can punch. And it's hard for Floyd to counterpunch him because he got to kind of tighten up when he come near him because he's punching so hard. You know, it's hard to bet against Floyd. Obviously, he always finds a way to win. You know, but man, it was about 3 or 4 swing rounds in that fight that either guy could have got it. You know, if they would have all went to Maidana, he could have won the fight. You know, I expect another competitive fight. I don't like some of the stuff that Maidana's trainer is saying about straightening out his punches and stuff. I think he should keep him the same way. You know what I mean? Because the awkward angles that he punched from is hard to change. I just think that he got to get his endurance and his cardio a little bit better. And it's another rough, tough fight. The crowd goes off every time he punches. They want to see Floyd lose. That influences the judges. It's going to be a difficult fight. If you actually get my pick, you know, I'm going to go with Floyd. But man, I think something freaky is going to happen. I'm about to walk to the back right now to see what the odds are of the disqualification or a draw. Because I think something that we didn't see in the first fight will happen. A knockdown, a disqualification, draw. Something freaky is going to happen because they're going to fight. There's going to be a lot of desperation in this fight. So that's my pick. I say Floyd. What does he always win by, you know?
Unanimous decision? Unanimous slap fest. I'll put it at that.
Well, you know what? I think Floyd's a decent puncher, man. I don't think he slaps. I think he's a decent puncher. I think he don't knock people out because of his mentality. He don't really go for the knockout.
Well, he's not somebody who's gonna sit there and trade with you. He doesn't want to open up too much for fear of, you know, possibly getting caught. He just wants to be comfortable. He wants to win. He wants to stay pretty, and you know.
But people think to say that Floyd can't punch. I don't know about that. I think he's a decent puncher. He's not a lights out puncher, but he places his punches. He got good technical punch delivery. I think he's a decent puncher. He just don't stop guys because that's not what his goal is. He doesn't. Yeah. You know, he doesn't push for knockouts. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it's more like his mentality is not to go for the knockout. That's why he doesn't get knockouts.
Yes, getting a knockout is sometimes it's a state of mind. It's not always about how hard everybody punches. You know, like Aaron Pryor was a killer, and he had 35 knockouts and 39 victories, and he wasn't a lights out puncher. He wasn't like Tommy Hearns or Julian Jackson, but he fought like an animal. You know what I mean? And he never stopped trying to knock you out. He didn't care if you hit him. So therefore he stopped most of the guys that he fought. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao used to be like that a couple years ago before he started boxing. So sometimes getting knockouts is not just how hard you punch, it's your personality. If Floyd has, say, Keith Thurman's personality, Floyd get a lot more knockouts. You know what I mean? He's a good body puncher, he's strong, he got good punch placement, he just don't try for it, it's not his way. You know what I mean? So I think he can punch a little bit.